Happy Ramadan, motherfuckers. I'm Johnny Massacre, and welcome to my world. Tonight's news: Donald Trump has killed Khamenei, the supreme leader of Iran. Who is with me? Give me a hell yeah! So this is possibly the best news I have seen in the last decade, 10 years. Only beaten by Donald Trump becoming president in 2016 and 2024. But I guess this is one and the same thing because this is part of Donald Trump's presidency. Donald Trump took out the supreme leader of Iran. So tonight we're just going to look at what happened and the fallout and the reaction to all of this and basically celebrate because this is absolutely awesome. So what happened yesterday was that everybody's gangster till the sky starts missing pixels. The Iranian regime has been the biggest global state sponsor of terror in the last decade or more, and they've been destabilizing the Middle East for the longest time and causing so many goddamn problems hither and thither. So Donald Trump decided, you know what? It's time to secure the freedom of the free world for generations to come and act where other leaders just simply didn't have the balls, reasserting American dominance and screwing American freedom deep within the depths of the geopolitical sphere. And I absolutely love this because it turns out, you know what? You actually can just do things. You can do things. You don't have to have forever wars that last decades to launder money through the military industrial complex. You can kind of just do things. It turns out that Donald Trump is proving that to be true. So Iran has released an image of Khamenei's body beneath the rubble, cuzzy. That's him right there. Absolutely amazing stuff. This was confirmed on Fox News. They said that Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, confirmed dead after Israeli strike. Absolutely crazy. And you knew this was coming, cuzzy. Boom. You knew this shit was coming. You knew it. I knew it. And now it's actually happened. People were speculating whether this guy had died. And I said, of course he's dead. You think they would let this guy live in the critical strike? Because what I have learned is that the American military force is conspiracy levels of greatness. Government doesn't do anything right, but when it comes to the American military, if they really want to do something, they can basically do whatever they want. And pronto. We saw this with Maduro. They captured the guy within 2 hours with no American casualties. They absolutely destroyed Iran's nuclear facilities, and they took out the Mexican cartel leader in February with ease, with consummate ease. And it was Sun Tzu levels of strategy. It's like lightning, lashed the enemy like lightning and vaporized them within a very short space of time. Judging by these recent actions and judging by the fact that Trump is a man of his word and promises made, promises kept, as soon as I saw this news break, I knew that they'd been planning this for a long ass time. And the American military forces with the absolutely insane Israeli forces together were going to vaporize these other Me'akafes. And that is what they have done. Crazy stuff. So apparently 40 top Iranian leaders were killed during the US attack on Iran, per Fox News. Holy crap. Trump practically decapitated the entire Iranian regime in one damn night. Now imagine you're looking at your senior leadership on day one and it's looking like this. Donald Trump's alive. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth is alive. Everyone's alive. But on your side, on the Iranian side, everybody is dead, bruv. All the people with an X next to their name, all the major players in the Iranian terror regime, they are gone, dead and buried. Hey everyone, take a last look at the terrorist headquarters in Iran. See you later, dude. See you later. Now you can go and bang your 50 oat gays in hell. The Khamenei compound has been reduced to rubble. Double quick time, cuzzy, so quickly that even Lego might be thinking about capitalizing on it, releasing a set of his crippled complex. So Israel and the US launched a massive joint military operation against Iran, and it happened on Saturday. It was called Operation Epic Fury. How great is that? The attacks have already left major leaders dead, including Ayatollah Ali Khamenei and the Trumpster warned on Sunday against Iranian retaliation over the US and Israeli strikes. The Trumpster said that if Iran were to try it, they would be met with a force that has never been seen before. The joint military operation is expected to carry on for days. You hear that, days? Because loads of people, loads of normies and loads of centrists sent me messages today and said, oh my God, it's going to be World War III. No. We've seen the military operations carried out by the Trump administration. These people are godlike. They are godlike. They've got it all planned out. And this is not going to carry on for very long at all. All of the top leaders have been carried out. You had a taste of this with what Israel has been doing to those radical terrorist other Massacre for the last couple of years after October the 7th. Now we got the full force with the Big Daddy Trump coming in there, swinging his ting around, smacking them sideways. And they're just not going to survive. They've got it all worked out. People are saying, what about the Strait of Hormuz, man? They're going to close it. No, they're not going to be able to close it. You don't think that every major American frigate and submarine hasn't had those motherfuckers on lock-on for the last year? If you don't think that, well, you've got another thing coming. I guarantee it. The sea power of the Americans is about to reach Neptune levels, motherfucker. So they've got it on lock. Expected to carry on for days, they say on Fox News. Into my veins with this, into my veins. So we've got pictures, epic pictures for Operation Epic Fury, which just dropped off the Trumpster with Secretary Marco Rubio at Mar-a-Lago during the Iran strikes. JD Vance, of course, Tulsi Gabbard, Scott Bessent, and others were tuning in from the Situation Room. And you can see the Trumpster here overseeing things. Now, this guy is a machine. He's basically 80 years old and he never sleeps. And I don't think I've ever seen him look this tired. He knows this is the legacy move. He can actually stabilize the Middle East forever. He's already got the coalition formed with the Abraham Accords. That was Donald Trump. And Iran have turned against all of them Islamic neighbors, completely isolating them. And now we've got this more moderate form of Islam that you see knocking around with Saudi Arabia and stuff like that, and the sports washing and promoting with UFC fights and boxing and stuff like that. And they're more willing to play ball with the West. So you're going to see those people who have vested interest with the US in a new phase of dominance, and you're going to see the major scourge of the Middle East, Iran, or at least the terrorist regime there, the Ayatollahs, the Mullahs, that's going to fall. And this is going to be Donald Trump's greatest achievement, I guess. We were told for generations that, well, we should just accept terrorism. It's part and parcel of living in a big city in the UK and whatnot, whether it's at home or on shores elsewhere, and whether they come to where you live, it's just part of life, man. We have to accept it. We've got to be nicey nice to these people, and it's just part of life, and we'll send them pallets of cash, and we'll say nice things, just like we did with North Korea. Do you remember in 1990, we actually had a chance to go in there and stop them getting nukes, and Bill Clinton didn't, and now they've got nukes and they're saber rattling all the time. Well, that's not going to happen now with Iran. It's not going to happen because the Trumpster has gone in there and put his foot down. It turns out, well, sometimes you have to bare your teeth and kick the ass of the evil terrorist other Massacre phase to keep them in check. So no more of this bullshit. No more of this radical Islamic terrorist resurgence in the Middle East. No more of it. Donald Trump is changing things. Russia now is fucked. China now is fucked. America is going to be in control of all the shipping lanes, of most of the oil that goes to China and stuff. If they were thinking about taking Taiwan, they better think again. This is a major power move by the Trumpster, and it will probably be his greatest ever achievement. Absolutely incredible news breaking today. And look how crazy this is, cuzzy. This is Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago the night before he gave the signal to bomb the fuck out of the terrorist regime in Iran, and he was hanging out with party goers, and he said, I gotta go to work, and he left, and then he went to work, bruv.
Put your hands down. I'm gonna push you. You're gonna push fuck down, jump up down.
This guy has absolute balls of steel. He is the leader the world needs. There he is, just at the party on another level. He knows things the average person doesn't know, but he still found time to mingle with guests in the evening. And in the morning, he'd smashed the Islamic terrorist regime over in Iran. Khamenei's tweets now look very silly with hindsight. For example, Khamenei, who Trump just took out, said we will bring the enemy to its knees on January the 3rd. Who's kneeling now, bro? Because it ain't us and it ain't the Trumpster. It really isn't. So the Trump is doing all kinds of amazing things. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth commented on X. He said overnight, on President Trump's orders, the Department of War commenced Operation Epic Fury, the most lethal, most complex and most precision aerial operation in history. The Iranian regime had their chance, yet refused to make a deal. And this is the part I love the most. This is what I love. Now that the adults are back in the room, listen to this. The United States did not start this conflict, but we will finish it. If you kill or threaten Americans anywhere in the world, as Iran has, then we will hunt you down and we will kill you. No more of this pussyfooting bullshit. No more funding these radical regimes. If you mess with us, we are going to kill you. And that is the only way to behave if you want to have a secure nation back home. Into my veins with this timeline. Into my veins. Because being able to effectively eliminate a major regional power and their entire military without taking a single casualty is honestly an absolutely insane feat. As for the incoming regime change, Donald Trump, according to Insider Wire, has said he has a very good idea on the identity of the next Iran leadership. Lest I remind you, it took 10 years to take out bin Laden, it took 9 months to take out Saddam Hussein. Under Trump, it took 2 hours to get Maduro, and Khamenei only took a single hour. So it makes you wonder whether all these other forever wars were deliberate in order to steal trillions of dollars worth of your tax money. No wonder they tried to assassinate Donald Trump and get rid of him, because he won't line their pockets at the expense of world safety. Amazing stuff, amazing news. And I love this so freaking much. Most beautiful timeline. This is how close we were to not having this. This is how close we were to not being able to secure world freedom. So goddamn close, everyone. Count your blessings. Count your blessings today. So the world is probably going to have a free Iran, a free Venezuela, and a free Cuba before April. Assuming a takeover of Cuba happens, that's 142 combined years of tyranny and oppression toppled in just a few short months. Wow is all I can say. So what's going to happen next after the regime change in Iran? My prediction is Donald Trump is going to force Cuba's hand, and they're going to have to either bend the knee, or America's going to do a similar thing to Cuba to what they did to Venezuela and Maduro. And once they've got Cuba, the final piece in the jigsaw is Colombia. So the reason that Donald Trump is doing this is because between Colombia, South America, and America as we know it, there is a very thin strip of land called the Darien Gap. Through there comes the lion's share of drugs and the lion's share of immigrants, and the rest of the immigrants go from Haiti through there. If all of these places are locked off, with the Cuba at the top of that part of the map and the Darien Gap locked off because Trump takes Colombia after the neighboring Venezuela, then Trump will be able to permanently stem the flow of illegal migrants through those channels, and also the massive wave of drugs that come through there. There simply is no other easy way to get it into the United States other than through Canada, and that will be much easier to lock off. So this is the plan. Do you really think that after taking out Maduro in 2 hours and having Cuba on their knees and taking out the main cartel leader in February from Mexico, and now triggering regime change in Iran, that Donald Trump is not going to take Colombia or sort those other May-Akafes out to complete his plan? He's got about 2.5 years left to do it. That's what's going to happen. I would put money on it. Let's have a little listen to Trump after he announced what happened in Iran.
A short time ago, the United States military began major combat operations in Iran. Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime, a vicious group of very hard, terrible people. Its menacing activities directly endanger the United States, our troops, our bases overseas, and our allies throughout the world. For 47 years, the Iranian regime has chanted death to America and waged an unending campaign of bloodshed and mass murder, targeting the United States, our troops, and the innocent people in many, many countries. Among the regime's very first acts was to back a violent takeover of the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, holding dozens of American hostages for 444 days. In 1983, Iran's proxies carried out the Marine barracks bombing in Beirut that killed 241 American military personnel.
Happy Ramadan, everyone.
In 2000, they knew and were probably involved with the attack on the USS Cole. Many died. Iranian forces killed and maimed hundreds of American service members in Iraq. The regime's proxies have continued to launch countless attacks against American forces stationed in the Middle East in recent years.
No more.
As well as U.S. naval and commercial vessels and international shipping lanes. It's been mass terror, and we're not going to put up with it any longer.
That's it, Big Daddy Trump. Put your foot down. So you can be Trump, capture Maduro in 14 hours with no casualties and no forever war. You can warn Iran not to harm protesters, kill the Ayatollah in 12 hours and no forever war. This guy is a once-in-a-century talent. Look at him. No one else could do it. No one else would have the balls to do what he's doing. He's got nothing to gain from this. He's got billions of dollars. He could ride off into the sunset on a fucking island, bruv. But he doesn't. He puts himself in the firing line and risks his own life for America, for world freedom, and for you. The forever wars may well have been a choice all along. And he's a man of his word. The writing was on the wall. I literally predicted this. 3 weeks ago. Go find my post on X. I said America is going to basically bomb the shit out of Iran in the next few weeks. I called it 2 weeks ago because I saw them do the same thing to Iran when they bombed their nuclear facilities. And I saw them do the same thing to Venezuela. There's a lot of noise. They say a few things. It dies down a little bit and wham, they get you when you're least expecting it. Donald Trump's a man of his word. This is what he said before he took out Khamenei. He said Iran just stated that they're going to hit hard today, harder than they have ever hit before, because they better not do that, however, because if they do, we will hit them with a force that has never been seen before. Thank you for your attention to this matter. President Donald J. Trump, he's a man of his word. So for everyone out there who's black-pilled, who thinks no one ever gets arrested, who thinks no one ever gets held to account, can we at least celebrate this day that Khamenei has been taken out? Regime change in Iran is going to happen. Maduro has been captured. The leader of the Mexican cartel eliminated. Can we celebrate this today? Can we be a little bit optimistic? Because I think the future looks quite fucking bright after this. Don't you, bruv? Here is Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who looks a little bit like Agent Cooper from Twin Peaks, in my opinion, who says the old world is gone. Let's hear what he had to say.
The world is changing very fast right in front of us. The old world is gone, frankly, the world I grew up in, and we live in a new era in geopolitics, and it's going to require all of us to sort of re-examine what that looks like and what our role is going to be. And we've had many of these conversations in private with many of our allies. We are our allies. And we need to continue to have those conversations. And I think Saturday, hopefully, and the meetings we'll have there will move us in that direction.
The old world is gone, everyone. So Rubio did a great job explaining how Iran has been behind almost every problem in the Middle East and justifying this attack on Iran.
But if what they want is a secret program buried in the mountain where no one can see it and inspectors can only come when they say they can come, if that's what they want, then they're going to have big problems, because this is a dangerous, violent, radical regime. Not the Iranian people. We have no problem. We didn't hit Iranian people last night. We hit nuclear facilities. And if what they want is some secret program that looks nothing like the civil nuclear programs around the world, it looks a lot like you're trying to build a bomb, they're going to continue to have problems, not just with us, but with many other countries in the world.
Problems like what? What do you mean?
Like the problems they're facing right now. Listen, why do we have bases in Saudi Arabia and Kuwait and Qatar and UAE? All of those bases are there to help protect those countries from Iran. Why did Hezbollah exist? Because of Iran. What does Hamas exist? Because of Iran. How do the Houthis exist? Because of Iran. Who built the IEDs that maimed and killed American soldiers in Iraq? Iran. They're behind every problem in this region. They are the sole source of instability in the entire Middle East, and the world's been paying a price for this for 40-something years.
Not anymore, mother uckerface. Happy Ramadan. So there's so much commentary on this online. There's tons and tons of stuff. I'll just give you some of the reaction and some of the fallout, if I may. So Israel played their part in this. One of the main stories during the round is how Israel hacked a prayer app, get this, used by millions of Iranians and turned it into their public broadcast service. 3 messages came in over 30 minutes. At 9:52 a.m., help has arrived. At 10:02 a.m., amnesty for anyone who takes up arms against the regime. And at 10:14 a.m., lay down your weapons or join forces of liberation for a free Iran. Imagine you're in Iran, explosions are shaking your city and your phone buzzes and you get that notification. So Israel did that, and Iran reacted by attacking all of its neighboring Arab states. They're absolutely retarded. So they attacked more Arab states in the past day than Israel has in the past 50 years. They basically wanted to take everyone down and go down fighting. They want to take everyone with them. This is why we have to do this. And one of the reasons I'm so damn happy about what's happening, because if they had a nuclear weapon, can you imagine how they would be acting? They'd be acting exactly like North Korea, except worse, because they've got more money. They don't have any potential to get a nuclear weapon now. And we just had to take out someone that vicious who's willing to take down all of their neighbors out of spite on their way down. So the Israeli army said it conducted its largest military airstrike in history, with about 200 fighter jets dropping hundreds of munitions on roughly 500 targets, including air defense systems and missile launchers across multiple locations in Iran simultaneously. The largest military flyover in IDF history, bruv. A massive, large-scale military operation. Iran got pounded, cuzzy. And as I said, Iran started striking its neighbors. Now, there's mad footage coming now. You will not believe this. We got footage in Dubai of Iranian drones flying into major skyscrapers and stuff. Absolutely crazed, bro. So Iran has become, they have the ignominious accolade of becoming the first country to strike Saudi Arabia, UAE, Kuwait, Jordan, Bahrain, and Qatar in a single day. Mate, Trump has been living on Sun Tzu every day for the last 20 years to do some shit like this. If you wanted a real world 2026 manifestation of Sun Tzu's Art of War military strategy guide, it is this play, bruv. Iran started fighting all of their potential allies on the same day that they were so panicked. What an absolute little fool, yeah. So Benjamin Netanyahu said, "We ain't stopping now, bruv." He said, "In the coming days, we will hit thousands of targets of the terror regime. We will create the conditions for the brave Iranian people to free themselves. Soon your moment will come to take to the streets and bring down the regime." And we've got footage of that as well, bruv. Statues of Khamenei coming down hither and thither. So, 14 countries under war and attack. The downfall of the Middle East has begun. Happy Ramadan, everyone. Into my veins with this. Love it. Love it. Countries at war. Iran, United States, Israel, Yemen, Bahrain, Qatar, United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, Iraq, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Syria, Pakistan, Afghanistan. A whole bunch of these now on America's side. That is fucking unbelievable. Would you have ever imagined that 20 years ago? So there's some coalition forming in the Middle East with America. It's fucking unbelievable, dude. So yeah, Iran is retarded. They started a war with the two greatest militaries on earth and then started firing missiles at all their Muslim brothers. So they turned against them as well. Okay, bro. So this is shocking stuff. Let's see what Iran did in retaliation to its neighbors. So an Iranian drone struck the world's most famous and only 7-star hotel. This 7-star BS is such PR, such PR spin bollocks. There's no such thing as a 7-star hotel. But anyways, everyone's seen this one, right? The one that's shaped like a sail, I believe. And that was struck by a drone and is on fire. Can you believe that? Like, civilians were attacked by Iran. They don't give a fuck, dude. They do not give a flying fuck. Look at this. 7-star hotel hit by an Iranian drone. Absolutely dutty. So Dubai International Airport was paralyzed, cuzzy. Flights were suspended indefinitely for obvious reasons. Don't really need to explain that. So loads of buildings in Dubai on fire, got hit with drones and stuff like that. And this, man, defense, insurance, the insurance landscape right now is rewriting itself in real time. And so are defense contractors' strategies for the Middle East, because all of these countries spent billions making air defenses to stop missiles and shit. But what was it that actually got through and was able to kill people on their own land? It was cheap Iranian drones, not high-flying, fast, rapid missiles, ballistic missiles. It was slow, cheap, low-flying drones. So now defense contractors licking their lips. All of these countries are now going to have to completely revamp and overhaul their defense systems to deal with this as well. America also used drones, more advanced ones, but they also used drones for the first time in recent history in such a conflict. So this is a story about drones and how they managed to bypass all the major defenses of these countries that spent billions on air defense. Dubai went dark. The international airport was closed down. You can see missiles here flying over Dubai. Look at that, over civilian skyscrapers. Absolutely crazy shit, this. Okay, so we've got the Burj Khalifa. That's the biggest building in the world. Look at that. A drone nearly hit it. You'd actually think it had hit it, but it was intercepted there, or at the very least blew up kind of near to it. That's absolutely fucking crazy footage. And I feel so damn vindicated, because there's so many people I know who say, I'm going to go work in the Middle East. Bro, you would not catch me setting foot in any of those countries, because they're ran by Islamic dictatorships. It is no coincidence that, sweep aside all of the rhetoric and the politics and blah, blah, blah for a moment. What do you see the end result of these batshit crazy regimes out there? You see weird drones flying over their skylines and exploding. You'd never see me setting foot in any of these countries. I could have told any one of you not to take the paycheck and go on out there for that oil money, because at some point some shit is going to go wrong. The world is going to stabilize itself and bad things are going to happen in that area. And it's happening right now. So think again before you go to work in these areas, bro, because security is certainly not guaranteed with all these batshit crazy radical Islamic countries in a cluster. So yeah, Burj Khalifa was almost hit. There were explosions relatively close to it. In Jordan, there was a direct hit. You see footage there. Some Iranian missile landing in Jordan. And so on and so on and so on. Someone filmed an Iranian drone impacting the floor above them in Bahrain. Iran just absolutely crazed, attacking all of their Islamic neighbors. Whole high-rise buildings in Bahrain and were on fire as a result of Iranian drone strikes. They did not give a fuck. I don't know what they're trying to achieve with this. So plenty of Muslim countries supported the US strike on Iran. And America was just kicking ass. So we got footage here of a US low-orbit keyhole satellite and missile defense which pulled an Iranian ballistic missile right out of the stratosphere mid-arc outside the Earth's atmosphere. Filmed over Erbil. So American space technology supremacy is unmatched. Iran really has zero chance in this conflict. And United States Patriot systems obliterated Iranian ballistic missiles at the airbase in Qatar. You can see that happening here. 0 casualties reported. Although Iran is trying their absolute best. And now let's talk about sea power, dudes. Because again, people are talking about the Strait of Hormuz as if America hasn't worked this shit out already. So the most powerful warship ever built just disappeared. The USS Gerald R. Ford, 100,000 tons of nuclear-powered floating sovereignty and death, carrying over 75 aircraft and a crew of 4,500, switched off its transponder and vanished from every public tracking system on Earth. Where the fuck do you think it's going, bruv? Along with about 500 nuclear submarines, cuzzy. Where do you think it's going? They ain't gonna do shit in the Strait of Hormuz, I guarantee you. So that has gone off the map. So get ready, y'all. And people are speculating on X. For example, a Gene Robinson says Iran no longer has a navy. Subs just sunk all their ships. When you challenge America's dominance at sea, this is what happens. And you are welcome, my American brothers and sisters, because British people like myself founded and made your country, and we passed on our gun laws and philosophy about guns, and also our naval and sea power expertise. So you're welcome, and thank you very much for taking the baton from our new communist leaders in the UK to kick ass at sea. So I'm fully expecting a lot of news regarding the Strait of Hormuz. Iran is not going to close the Strait of Hormuz. Don't listen to your boomer parents who are giving you that BS info. It is just not going to happen, bruv. Take it from me. So if Camel Toe Kamala Harris had gotten into office, do you know what would have happened? They would have sent them loads of your tax dollars and kept the regime afloat to the point they definitely would have achieved a nuclear weapon. It happened under Democrats before with North Korea, Bill Clinton in 1990. That would have happened. So you can thank the Trumpster, Donald Trump, for this incredible act. This is what Kamala Harris would have done, bruv.
What's the message to Iran?
Don't.
As President Biden said, just don't.
Exactly. One word. Pretty straightforward.
I'm going to bomb the shit out of them. It's true.
And Donald Trump, he quite simply did. So, I don't even read the liberal news at the moment. It's not liberal. I've got to stop calling it liberal. I don't read the communist, leftist, neo-Marxist news because it doesn't matter what happens. They're purely ideologically driven and their only goal is to attack Donald Trump. They have terminal TDS. So I can already guess what they're saying. World War III is starting. The world's going to enter a conflict. Oil's going to become... No, that's basically not going to happen. The reality is, on the ground, the Iranian people are celebrating the death of Khamenei and they want regime change. Here is a statue of Khamenei toppled in Iran from libs of TikTok. So Iran regime change is coming, y'all, and it's coming thick and fast. There you go, statue of Khamenei toppled. What you're hearing is the sound of a nation roaring in celebration at the death of Khamenei, the man who murdered thousands of Iran's children. Let's hear what that sounds like. It's going to be a fucking mad news cycle this week, bruv. People celebrating the fall of Khamenei in Iran. I'm with you, my Iranian brothers and sisters, not least because Iranian women are fucking gorgeous. Speaking of which, Iranian women are dancing in the streets without hair coverings after hearing... Wait a minute, I thought the hijab was a symbol of female choice and freedom. What the fuck? What's this pain I'm experiencing in my brain? Is it called Cognitive K Dissonance Day? Those Iranian women are dancing in the streets without hair coverings after hearing that Israel killed the tyrant Khamenei. So many Western leaders should feel ashamed at their cowardly response this morning. We will all remember. This is real, bro. This was even reported in the left-wing communist media. The women have their hijabs off and they're dancing. I like to see this. More power to you, ladies. Love to see it. You just love to see it. So Iranians are flooding the streets of Tehran to celebrate the death of Ayatollah Khamenei. Look at it, bro. Beautiful, beautiful. I fantasize about authoritarian regimes toppling. I literally fantasize about it. This is pornographic news. Into my veins with this. Give it to me and give them freedom. Okay, so from inside Iran, here's a video of a woman celebrating. Khamenei was hit, he was hit. Congratulations, everyone.
خامنه‌ایو میگن زدن خامنه‌ایو زدن وای وای بچه‌ها مبارکه مبارکه.
You got it, darling. You got it, darling. So, in the Netherlands, we see Iranian refugees in tears thanking President Trump and celebrating against Tehran's regime. The emotion is raw and it's spreading fast online. Iranian kids are celebrating. Don't let the media fool you. But unfortunately, in Londonistan, the Islamo-communists are now mourning. And you already knew they were going to do it, because for them, their whole strategy is simply Alinsky's rules for radicals. It is to be divisive over every single issue you can. It doesn't matter what the fuck it is. You have to turn it into a struggle session, and you have to milk as much propaganda from it as you can. So before you could blink, in Londonistan, where white British population is less than 35%, you already had people outside the UK Parliament, pro-Islamic regime protesters, burning the Lion and Sun flag and chanting Allah, 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 Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. They were doing it in London, bro. In Iran, people are celebrating the fall of the radical Islamic terrorists. In England, in London, people are mourning the fall of Khamenei. If that doesn't tell you how fucked my country is, London, I don't know what does. And thank God I live in Japan, because out here we let in literally less than 200 illegal migrants last year, and guess what? We don't have these divisive wankers protesting on our streets. Funny that. It's almost as if stopping mass migration could save your country. This is London. No Iranians, but a bunch of Islamo-communists protesting that America is freeing Iran. So I'm sorry, London. So British people right now are watching America liberate Iran from radical Islam with envy, because in England, it's celebrated. And we don't just celebrate it, but we pay radical Islamists to come in. We clothe them. We shelter them. We give them free housing, dude. Paid for with the British people's taxes, so that they will vote for a leftist regime. I'm so sorry, England. You must be so jealous of Iran right now. So the deputy leader of the Green Party in the UK, which is probably the fastest rising party, 40% of 18 to 24-year-olds in the UK say they want to vote for this party. The deputy leader of that, Mohsin Ali, he joined a rally in London in support of the Islamic regime in Iran after America bombed it. So yeah, the guy who could be deputy leader of the UK one day, essentially supporting terror attacks on British soil and Islamic terror. How fucked London is. How absolutely fucked it is. So crazy news cycle. Do you remember, I have to remind you this, Obama, one of his last acts before leaving office was to send billions of dollars in cash to Iran. Please leave us alone, radical Islamic Ayatollahs. I'll give you billions of dollars. Bro, thank God for Donald Trump. Thank God for this guy. Thank God for this guy. So, X saw its highest amount of users ever in the wake of America and Israel bombing Iran. And it really was the best source for news. All of the stuff was happening at once. You knew something crazy was happening because there was info, but not a lot of it. And you were just waiting for it to come out. You could almost hear the silence. The mainstream media was so slow with it. And you had a lot of impartial people on X just weighing in with their opinion. A lot of really good journalisming was done there, was journalismed on X today. People speculating about what's going to happen next, what's going to happen to the economy, what's going to happen to the price of oil, what's going to happen to relations with China and Russia and all this kind of stuff. So X really was the place to be if you wanted to find out about the news regarding Khamenei being wiped off the map by the Trumpster. Highest amount of usage ever. on X in the last 24 hours. So this is where we are, my friends. America kicking ass over in Iran. Dictators toppled, AI sentient, gold medals obtained, grass touched. Life is electric, bro. Don't give in to that doomer shit. Don't do it. And isn't it nice knowing the entire world now knows the US is no longer run by men in dresses? So this is some of the reactions to Khamenei being killed. Into my veins with this, bruv. I love it. Donald Trump has been saying for decades he was going to bomb Iran. He said it before he was president the first time around. He says he's going to bomb Iran. He doesn't care. He's going to do it. And he stayed true to his words, which I love. You want some footage of America bombing Iran? Here it is. Released by the White House. But we need some American music over this. Do it, boys. Do it. So Trump is a real gangster, you know. 34 felonies, 5 kids with 3 baby mamas, snatching up dictators, just taking oil tankers. Did you see that video? They intercepted a Venezuelan oil tanker and they just took it. It was behind him. He's like, yeah, that's ours now, bruv. That's what Trump did. He took a bullet to the head, mega viral mugshot, cuzzy, backfired spectacularly, walked into North Korea like a boss, with Mr. 7 holes in 1 in a row, Kim Jong-un himself. His house was raided by the FBI. He just doesn't stop. He just does not stop. I love it. I love this news cycle. So what might happen next? Well, some people are speculating on China's role in all of this. And with Iran eliminated, apparently 2/3 of China's oil supply is now under the control of the United States and its allies. The war for Taiwan has already been underway for months. We just struck first. So there's some takes on this that I just want to read you. I know you don't want to sit there just watching me read stuff, but this is actually really great. That's why I saved it. I spent the time looking for the best takes on this so you don't have to. I'm creating you the best takes. So let's hear what Suspended Cat said on X about this, because I think this is a really, really good take. He said, I'm not much of a geopolitics guy, but this is ultimately, I think, pretty historical stuff from Trump. Facing an ascendant China and counter-axis, you got a few options. You fuck them directly with trade, but destroy the economy here. Not possible. Tried to finish off Russia, couldn't quite get it there. So what do? Well, take out the weak parts of that alliance. Russia is depleted and busy, and China just purged their entire military leadership. They let 2 of their allies' leaders get captured and killed without barely a stronger worded letter. They have no credibility. US is leveraging a historically progressive Saudi to take out the final most barbaric actor in the region, secured the hemisphere for themselves, and have now left Russia and China isolated from the rest of the world militarily. It's a pretty high-risk, high-reward play, but if you get Ukraine for minerals, Iran, Venezuela stable, Russia reintroduced, you have secure supply lines to have growth and disinflation. Every time a bomb goes off isn't World War III. This might be Trump's legacy achievement. And did you know the US has now become the greatest net exporter of oil in the world? Not even 2 years after Trump took power, and now this, and now Trump's and America's going to be bossing the Strait of Hormuz. Whole lot of mercy into my veins with this, bro. Okay, so other takes that I love come from Noah Pollack on X. He says, "What? I love this. Check this out. I love this so much. I have to share this with you. One of Trump's greatest legacies will be how he blew up half a century of Western diffidence, restraint, and failure on terrorism. As the era of Islamic terrorism began in the 1970s, Western countries, very much including Israel, spun up all kinds of pseudo-sophisticated theories and excuses to avoid carrying out the only successful policy, which is killing terrorists, as many as you can, whenever you can. There are entire university departments, think tanks, media outlets, NGOs, foundations, and political parties devoted to promoting self-defeating, innovating fictions about terrorism designed to tie the hands of the West. We just have to live with it, Deal with it, accommodate it, accept the barbarism. Terrorists have grievances. It's partly our fault, after all, because reasons. There are no military solutions. If we're nice to the terrorists, they will actually help us stabilize the region. The tropes go on forever, and they are invented by people who want the West to lose, and who would rather be wrong but appear sophisticated than be right and appear crude. Trump wants our side to win. The winning approach to terrorism is very simple. Bomb them to smithereens, kill them off, decapitate the regimes, sanction them until they have no more money for jihad. Trump gets it, because unlike so many people in politics, he doesn't care whether Harvard likes him. Winning is going to generate a real peace dividend for America. Finally dealing with Iran, the head of the snake, will enable the US to step away from the Middle East. It will send a message to our adversaries that the big dog is still in charge. And very enjoyably, it will sweep aside decades of dumb elite groupthink about how we have no alternative but to cut deals with terrorists. Thank you, President Trump. Love that. Absolutely love that take there. And I've got one more take for you, and then we're going to start wrapping up, bruv. Tastes so good today. You know, when I'm smoking one of these, something fucking epic just happened. By the way, if you are enjoying this episode of Johnny Massacre's World, please consider subscribing down below or becoming a paid member on the bottom left to the right of my name. You get special emojis then, bruv, and text-to-speech privileges. You can also donate on streamlabs.com/Johnny Massacre, patreon.com/Johnny Massacre, or paypal.me/give me a hell yeah! And I can use the money to make more of these videos. Otherwise, I'll have to find other ways to make money at the expense of doing this. So your support is always much appreciated. Now, Massacre mates, we have an amazing community here, by the way. It's just people on the same wavelength who like to speak freely and like to know what the hell's going on with no filter and no political correctness at all. We play video games as well. We just hang out and just have a laugh and stuff like that. It's not always this serious. So please consider becoming a member, and we'd love to have you here. My final take I want to read about this comes from LH Gray over on X. He says, War Room, Steel Gaze, fucking... This actually made me nearly cry, bro. Wait. This is such a good take. I need a hit of this. This fucking take, it brought tears to my eyes, bruv. Twice when I read it. I don't know why. I'm going to read it for you now. It's so good. So he's talking about this image of Trump in the Situation Room. Right? He says, War Room, Steel Gaze, fucking genius. Look at him. President Donald J. Trump, MAGA hat low. Red tie sharp as a blade, seated at the helm of the most powerful nation on earth, the presidential seal burning behind him like the eye of God itself. American flag to his left, the Dark Eagle standard to his right. One man, one will, the entire apparatus of American lethality at his fingertips. This isn't theater. This is the moment. Today, February 28th, 2026, Operation Epic Fury. US and Israeli forces just unleashed hell on the Iranian regime's nuclear sites, missile batteries, command nodes, and top leadership. Precision decapitation strikes. Not random bombs, surgical, Sun Tzu level annihilation. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Trump just proved the second best option. When you do fight, you strike so hard, so fast, so intelligently that the enemy's will collapses before their bodies hit the ground. He read the battlefield like a master, knew their nuclear sprint, knew their proxies, knew their weakness, waited, built the force. Then, lightning. No endless wars. No nation building bullshit. Just pure, ferocious American dominance delivered with lethal precision. This is what strategy looks like, not the limp, apologetic garbage of the past. This is art of war in 2026. Know thy enemy, know thyself. Then send the eagles screaming across the sky while the enemy's still writing strongly worded letters. The Mullahs are panicking. Their missiles are dust. Their leaders are targets. and the American lion just roared so loud the whole world felt the vibration in their chest. This man doesn't play defense. He rewrites the map. This is why America is back. This is why the Republic endures. This is why tyrants tremble when the name Trump is spoken. One photo, one moment, one absolute fucking legend in command. MAGA, USA, victory. Drink it in. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So what do you lot think? Do you now think everything is very conspiratorial? We actually can just do things. We actually can just take out terrorists. We don't have to spend 10, 20 years pissing away our tax dollars and destabilizing the region and fucking the economy to do it. What do you think? I'd like to know, because it seems to me that you actually can just do things if you want to. That's what it seems like to me, dude. I'm noticing patterns here. So that's pretty much it for today. This is what the 72 goats look like that Khamenei is going to get in the afterlife, apparently. And I wouldn't disagree with that. And this was for Bill Buckley. He was interrogated as a hostage by Iranian intelligence. They skinned him alive and sent the video to the American government. So rest in peace, Bill Buckley. This one's for you, bro. This one is for you. And yes, being able to kidnap a head of state and decapitate a regional military power back-to-back without taking a single American casualty is such a wild spectacle of power that Charles Curran on X doesn't think it has any other historic precedent. These two dudes taken out. Maduro, January, head of the cartel, the main cartel, February, and basically for March we had Khamenei. Who's next on your bingo card of terrorists that Trump is going to evaporate? So I don't really care what Democrats are thinking about this. What you're going to see now is the neo-Marxist funded communists essentially dovetail from Free Palestine to just supporting Iran. So they're going to trade the Palestine flags for Iranian flags. You're going to see huge demonstrations next week and it's going to be fucking massive. And they're going to use it to kind of create division and destabilize the Free West. So get ready for that. But we know what they're going to do. They don't think. They don't have any autonomy. They're what Yuri Bezmenov talked about regarding ideological subversion. They've been indoctrinated through the Marxist education system since birth. And you can't reason with these people. It's all about pretending and just proving your allegiance to the cult by supporting the most radical shit possible, as long as it destabilizes America and the West. You're going to see them all out next weekend. Just expect it, whatever. The silent majority is becoming deafening. So you can just ignore those assholes. But I'm warning you, that's what's going to happen. What happens in London is a little taste for America. So that's going to be popping up in various places, including New York City, run by Islamic communist Mamdani. You're going to see some of it in California. You'll see some of it in Minnesota. All the Democrat shitholes. The Democrat-run shitholes. So this is going to be a mad news cycle. It's not going to be World War III. Everyone now is on America's side, even all the Middle Eastern countries. So don't buy that ridiculous narrative. And it's 107 days until Iran's first World Cup match is scheduled to kick off in Los Angeles. Wonder how that one's going to go. That should be pretty damn interesting. So there you go, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this edition of Johnny Massacre's World, My World. You're all invited here. And I'm going to finish off with Donald Trump's post on Twitter from 2012, October the 17th. The Coca-Cola company is not happy with me. That's okay. I'll still keep drinking that garbage. Would you fucking believe that this guy was the one to bring peace to the Middle East by cutting the head off the radical Islamic terrorist snake, Iran? Fucking hell, bruv. What a timeline. Big Daddy Trump. Get it done, son. Get it done. What England could do with a leader like this. I hear he has Scottish ancestry. Would that qualify him for running for Prime Minister in the UK? Because Trump, after you're done in America, I'd be happy if you came over to England and sorted shit out there as well. But we'll leave that to Rupert Lowe. So good. Love this news cycle. So thank you very much, everyone. We've had 3,500 views. That's quite a lot. I did spend quite a bit of time today just going through that and curating stuff just to give you a general feel of the reaction and fallout to Trump killing Khamenei and starting the regime change over in Iran. You know, I will really appreciate you. As I said, you can donate via those links if you're enjoying what you're seeing. And I could keep the channel rolling now and just try to get more views, but it's not really about that, is it? It's just about a vlog and getting things off my chest and informing people and really creating a community of like-minded, liberty-loving patriots who can get together without fear of having their head bitten off for daring to voice their opinion. No political correctness here. And often you lot know more about what's going on than I do. So if you read what's happening in the comments and stuff, they've done their research as well. So hopefully together we can work out what on earth is going on and what's happening. What is going to happen next? Well, do you know what? I might just finish this cigar here and kind of listen to what you lot are talking about. And then we're going to continue our Resident Evil 9 playthrough. We recently, successfully I might add, completed the Resident Evil 27-day challenge where I attempted to finish Resident Evil 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 before Resident Evil 9 launched on February the 27th. And we did finish that challenge. It was insane. It was a little bit too much Resident Evil. But now Resident Evil 9 has launched. We're playing it. And this will be our third time playing it. It's a fucking good game. Capcom did really well. It's a love letter to the series. And Leon Kennedy in this is Big Daddy Sigma. He's well dressed. He looks great. And he's exploding zombies with panache. So we're going to be doing that day 3 live of Resident Evil Requiem. I am going to redirect you when this stream finishes. So if you hang around when this ends, you will be automatically redirected to that stream. And then we can just chill out a little bit. It's not going to be as serious or as grave or as political, although a little bit of politics might permeate that stream in the chat. We'll have to wait and see. So hang around for that. I've literally just set it up behind the stream. How is behind the scenes? How's that for multitasking? So I'm just gonna see what you lot are saying, and yeah, we're gonna go on over and do that, bruv. I hope you're all very well. Let's see what is going on. So Real Macrocosm says it was chef's kiss as usual. I could not have put it better myself. Yes, this is the chef's kiss of news days. Slub says, I feel sorry for the Iranians living under this despot for 30 years. Me too. If you look at the videos of Iran, like autocracy, it looked fucking awesome, man. It looked like a really great place to be. And then it just absolutely went down the tubes when the authoritarian regime took over. And you can just see that people don't want it. You just look at before and afterwards. They actually had freedom before, and you look at it now, and well, it's a disaster. I know I have a few Iranian friends, and one of them, she went back to Iran a couple of years ago, and then she couldn't come back to England, and the state was trying to control her house and do things with her house and stuff. So it's just, yeah, I mean, a reason I would never set foot in a place like that. But yeah, no, I have to feel sorry for them. And, you know, like a bunch of them came to the UK to get away from it. Us being the accommodating lot that we are, we invited a lot of them there. And yeah, no, I have to feel sorry for them for sure. Slub69 says, pity our spineless coward of a prime minister didn't join in. So the UK prime minister came out and he said, oh, his name's Keir Starmer. It came out and he said, I want to let people know that what's happening in just shut the fuck up, Starmer. Shut the fuck up, bro. He came out and announced nothing. He said, we're not doing anything. We haven't been involved in it. Of course you're not. Of course you're not, because you have no power. You got no hegemony. You've given up all your assets. You're initiating socialism in the UK, redistributing assets from each according to their need to each according to his ability, or whatever they fucking say in those commie manuals. They're basically taking away money from hardworking, productive people in the UK and giving it to a new imported socialist voter base who continually vote for the money that's provided by the people who work the hardest. The UK doesn't have any money, therefore. Its infrastructure is broken, it's decaying, it's falling apart. I've been there in the last 3 years in a row in December. It's an absolute mess. So, of course, we weren't involved in this. UK can't be involved in anything. It's debt repayment costs equals the amount of money it makes. So we're a dead country. Of course, the UK isn't going to do anything. So Starmer came out and just said a whole load of nothing about it, of course. What's up, Linda Marconi? You know, I've got love for you. How you doing, Linda? It says, hello, Johnny boy. Trumpster, hell yeah. Eliora for God. Hello there, Eliora. Good to see you. Macabre Cat with the sword emoji. That means you're a long-time subscriber. Much love to you, Macabre Cat. Big up, big up, big up. Here we go. Jesus Christ is Lord and King and God. Hallelujah. So do you know what? After I heard this news today, I went and bought an extra fucking cross just because of this. And I thought, praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. There has to be a God when you see shit like this. Sorry for swearing, but yes. You know what I'm saying? Damitha says, yeah, awesome. President Trump is the best. He is the bomb. Lan Tran in the comments. So Lan Tran is heroic. Listen, if anyone ever talks shit to Lan Tran, you're getting an insta ban, all right? Don't ever fucking talk shit to Lan. Lan Tran in the comments is fucking like heroic. She's one of the most heroic people ever. Let me just put it like that. I love Lan Tran. What is up, Lan? You are the best. Good to see you in the comments. Welcome back. It's been a while since you commented here, and I hope you're going to be here more. And please, everyone, make her feel welcome. Yeah. Slubs, the mad Scotsman in the comments, doing a good job of moderation. Really appreciate you. There's no better bouncer than a Scottish bouncer. Nice, nice. Yes, everyone. I see you. I see you. Trump's a masterpiece, says Colonel Bibishki. Hell yeah, Colonel. American flag emoji. Eric Levy, PG7, says, a president like Trump is one for a generation. US citizens should be proud to have the most powerful man in the world and not a liar like his predecessors. Mike Hunt from Australia says, I think you'd get on well with Slub69 in the comments. Says, full support from Australia, all cap. Thank you. Thank you. Crikey, mate. Thanks a lot, mate. Means a lot. Rich M Tech says, I do like this channel and I do like you. Thank you. Lantran says, when will the UK be liberated? We are next. We are next. Trump is laying the groundwork, and then Rupert Lowe's going to come in like a rocket. My lord. Cuba is next, probably, says Maru Nugas. I totally agree with that. I think that's what's going to happen. Rich says, China and Taiwan within 2 weeks. Now, that would be some fireworks, wouldn't it? What's up, Timmer Donkey? Timmer Donkey says, you're on fire, Johnny. Thank you, thank you. I feel passionately about this. I just let it come out naturally. Just found this channel, says Mr. Bob. Just found you, sir. Glad to have you here. Welcome. Scarface says, just saying what the British government are doing and not so far what happened 45 years ago in Iran. Okay. Trump is badass, says Muranugas. I salute all US and Israel forces, says Phantom Lord. We need the UK to be free very, very soon. I voted for him. That's my president, says Tacos Now. Wicked, wicked, wicked. Okay, everyone. So, I see Gary Von Merbach in the comments with the sword emoji. That means he's been subscribed for a while. Thank you very much. Okay, so listen. Thank you for joining me today. I hope I could just share with you the best stuff online in the fallout of Trump killing Khamenei. And maybe you have a better idea of what's going on and how people are feeling about it. I would like to know how you're feeling about it, so please let me know in the comments, yeah? We're going to play Resident Evil 9 now, so stay here. You'll be automatically redirected. And once again, please consider subscribing if you're new here, or even becoming an official Massacre Mate member in the bottom left of this video to the right of my name. You get special emojis and text-to-speech privileges, and consider donating on these links above my head because it helps me make more of these videos. We do political videos when something really epic happens, like Operation Epic Fury last night or yesterday. Otherwise, we're doing a lot of video games. But yeah, when major news happens, we will be here talking about it. See you lot soon. Cheers, everyone. See you in 5 minutes. Resident Evil 9, yeah. Cheers.